Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast and a game between Scarlett, Acer's Scarlett versus Moonglade here on Ohana. This is a ZvZ versus ZvZ matchup, and just by downloading the replays and after looking at the replays, I realized this is from the WCS. Now, we already know who the winner of the WCS is, but I do not know who the winner is in this particular match. It is going to be Moonglade, perhaps one of the best, if not the best, Southeast Asia server player coming in from Australia, I believe. Meanwhile, we do have Acer's Scarlett, I think undoubtedly the best female player in the world right now. Now, Acer does, or Scarlett has had, how do I say this? Scarlett has had a sudden catapult or a sudden rise to fame all of a sudden, so we'll see how she does in handling all of that fame as of late. She came in playing a lot of online tournaments, didn't do a lot of on-stage things until I believe it was MLG Anaheim, and then she just, or not MLG Anaheim, MLG in for the North American Grand Finals, and really played well. Only lost one game, I believe, in all of her best of threes to Quantix and Theognis. Anyways, let's see what's going to be happening here. This is a ZvZ versus ZvZ. A little bit too much backstory, perhaps, as we do get this game underway. Now, it looks as though Moonglade will be going for that spawning pool. Same thing with Scarlett. Both of these players playing very safe. They want to make sure that they're able to defend against any early harassment. We may see some spine crawlers. I do expect to see a hatchery come in next though for both of these players, as the timing should allow for the training of double queens, maybe 2 to 4 zerglings, and then we should get a good running on 2 bases here in just a moment. Now, over here at the 11 o'clock position, Scarlett has already set up her hatchery. Same thing for Glade. Scarlett is a little bit ahead. Nope, no longer a little bit ahead, as we do see an extractor now coming in from Scarlett. So this is the first deviation from these two, and Moonglade may not be trying to go for banelings. Let's take a look at the number of drones right now. We're nearly at 16. Alright, apparently the Blizzard World Championship says that they need a pause. There you go, ready? Here you go, we are coming back. Now, Moonglade does have 16 drones, I believe, or it had 16 drones over here on the main patch there, and expanding so that he should be able to transfer some drones over in just a second. Queens are coming into play as well, as zerglings are making their way down, and both of these players are just trying to do a very standard build until the overlords can get shooed away. The queens are now coming out. Scarlett gonna hit and inject, and now perhaps try to push any overlords away. It's very important not to lose any of these early overlords, as not only do you end up losing an additional 100 resources, you also lose a larva. And a larva is that mythical, magical third resource that ZvZ players do have to deal with, as a queen is unable to snipe down one of those zerglings. One zergling able to slip by, and it will be taking a look around on the inside of the space here. Now, the drones are going to come back over. I believe a queen should be coming out here in just a moment. And that zergling is not going to be long for life at all, as it is trying to now dart away again. So far, both sides are pretty even. Scarlett is getting that metabolic boost slightly faster, but not going to account for much at all, as we now are looking at, I believe, 16 drones here. Yes, 16 drones by Glade at his main base, and now starting to saturate his natural. Drones now going to grow up and be a baneling nest, and this is a standard defensive play. Anytime you have a ZvZ versus ZvZ, it either becomes Zergling Baneling Wars or Roach Wars, and we'll see how this is going to happen. One spine crawler coming in from Glade, something that I don't see a lot of ZvZ players doing as of late. A lot of ZvZ players have started to feel very confident with their queens and being able to stop much of the harassment with simply the queen. However, that spine crawler does add invaluable DPS, as well as the fact that it has 2 armor, making it very resilient to zergling damage. Zergling now trying to make their way inside, will not be able to get in at all. There is that spine crawler with a queen sitting in between this evolution chamber and the spine crawler. No units will be able to slip through there, as we are taking a look into the economic portion of the game. It is 37 drones to 37. Scarlett versus Moonglade, still very even right now, as both sides pretty much doing very similar builds. Double extractors now coming in from both sides, and we are going into a tech for tier 2 by Scarlett. Let's take a look. Glade does not have that tech to tier 2, and this could be a problem. In Zerg versus Zerg matchups, if you're able to get a Spire up faster than your opponent and are able to get up more Mutalists than your opponent, then you do end up winning those engagements early on. We can see that we are instead going into an infestation pit, which means that Scarlett is going to be perhaps a little bit more defensive. The infestation pit, effective at defending Mutalist harassment with that fungal growth, as long as you have a couple queens nearby as well. I am a little surprised that both of these players are only still running on 2 queens at this point, as additional queens would still be very, very helpful, at least in a defensive pattern here. Banelings and Zerglings are now making their way across the map. You can see one Overlord parked over here by Moonglade, making sure nothing's going on, as an Overseer now doing a quick flyby. The Queen is not going to be able to chase away that one particular Overseer, as Scarlett is just going to get a perfect scout and know what exactly Moonglade is doing. Coming back around, Zerglings and Banelings going to be hiding down over here, and it looks as though both sides are ready for an engagement. Moonglade's army, is it larger? Yes, it is. And is it going to find the right targets there, as the Zerglings are now going to deny this third hatchery. Drone will get taken down, and there it goes. 125 resources quickly lost, as the Banelings are now trying to get in position. Now this is going to be very, very key here. Can those Banelings, taking down multiple units. That was a beautiful hit by Glade, and I believe that may be it. One Baneling taking down multiple Zerglings, and now Glade is just broken the back and continuing to deal more damage here. He has broken through. Roach is now trying to come off the mineral line, or sorry, coming out of the larva there, and Scarlett may get off a fungal growth. Yes, drones are now attacking back. Roaches are still looking to deal a lot of damage there, as another fungal growth comes in. Beautiful timing from Scarlett, a perfect defense, but the Zerglings still alive and ticking. Roach is now making their way back down. It looks like Scarlett is just bringing over units one at a time, and the Zerglings have just been able to reinforce pretty easily there, as the drones are now making their way back up. Harvester kills now 20 compared to 0. Harvester count is 46 to 29. Scarlett losing many of her units there, and now will be forced to retreat. Moonglade quickly checking the third, realizing that it's not up, and now knows that he has a definite advantage. Beautiful play by Moonglade. One Baneling manually detonated, taking down about 9 to 12 Zerglings. That would be my best guess. And as soon as you have one of those awesome trades early on, it's very, very difficult. Each of those Zerglings would have paired off and fought another Zergling there. Moonglade now with that very strong economic advantage, looking to ride it through. The problem is that his main composition of units is still Zerglings. With the number of infestors down and infestors being trained, 5 infestors being trained at a time, it means that those infestors will be able to eat through these Zerglings with chain fungal growths and really not take that much damage. Scarlett does spot this additional base by Glade, and we are going to see double extractors being taken by Glade rather quickly. Harvester count is still 54 to 46. Glade now has, or Moonglade has, a beautiful economic and army advantage, but how long will it last? The additional hatchery, additional larva injects, perhaps the additional production for 100 seconds should help out tremendously. All right, Glade considering his options now. He's about to finish level 2 missile upgrades. Or no, that's Scarlett, even though Scarlett is on the bottom here. So Scarlett about to finish level 2 missile upgrades. Meanwhile, we are seeing that Moonglade is about to finish level 1 missile upgrades, but level 2 armor upgrades. With those level 2 armor upgrades done, the queens are not going to be dealing any bonus damage. Roaches will actually be dealing a little bit of bonus damage, but the key question will be, will Moonglade go for those infested Terran? If he goes for infested Terran and just pops them all up alongside here, he could deal a lot of damage in just a second. You can see 7 infestors are ready to go, and there you have it. There is that burrow move, and those were changelings. Wow. So changelings right there quickly going to get taken down. And where are these units all going to be traveling to next? Is there an overseer? And what is that overseer going to be doing? Infestors still burrow moving. Still moving across the field very effectively. There lands a fungal growth. Scarlett showing why she has such good map awareness now as the infestors are now making their way in. Will they be able to drop some infested Terran off? Is there any overseers? That is the question, as we now see some infested Terrans now about to come down. All those Zerglings are low on hit points. They got to be very careful as Moonglade now tries to push in a whole bunch of infested Terrans. That is a giant wall of green, as all of those infestors perhaps will need to back off. Infested Terrans and infestors continuing this push. Moonglade with about a 50 supply advantage should be able to take this, and there in fact is the GG. Scarlett, after losing a handful or just a handful of Zerglings on the ramp to one Baneling, never really found her footing and was never able to really recover after the damage dealt by Moonglade. Moonglade running up on these two additional extractors, able to get off another 250 gas, enough for about 3 infestors, and that was all that made the difference. Moonglade coming in with I believe 7 infestors originally and a whole bunch of infested Terran, able to deal the damage. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed Game 1. Please stay tuned for Game 2.